Roy Blunt joins us. Good morning, Senator Blunt.
Hey, morning. How are you all this morning?
We're doing great. How's
Hi.
the campaign kickoff? How's everything going campaign-wise?
Once I called you and Kelly, it was just pretty smooth after that. I was get things started the right way, and they go the right way. So I was at the mayor's office yesterday in the city of St. Louis talking about the National Geospatial headquarters, where that western location will be built, and they were able to announce that they were going to be able to give the 100 acres in North City for free to the federal government, which is really the last thing that sort of created a difference, I think, between the Missouri offer and the Illinois offer that was to our disadvantage. I think every other thing in that decision-making should be to our advantage. Close to the current facility, close to where people are likely to want to live when you recruit the new workforce, and a really big project, $1.75 billion, a big payroll, but also a lot of jobs that relate to what happens when it's there, and certainly a lot of construction jobs. So everybody was pretty excited to see the city figure out how to meet the ability to offer the land as an incentive to come to stay in the city of St. Louis.
Sure. Senator Blunt, lots of people talk about federal government spending and all of that. Why not just have the federal government pick the site that is the least expensive to the taxpayer?
Well, it may be doing that. I suspect that this is the site that's the least expensive to the taxpayer because you're going to have recruiting a workforce, the kinds of things that matter. We have two places in America that do all the geospatial. In fact, I'm on the Intel committee, as you and Kelly know, and the portfolio that I've taken there is sort of my unique portfolio, is dealing with these geospatial issues. What does that mean? That means the satellites, the things are observed. Governor Nixon pointed out yesterday that the mock-up for the bin Laden compound was done right there in the city of St. Louis, and how you recruit people to do that. A couple of weeks ago, there was a snow in Washington. It made it difficult for people to get to the Springfield, Virginia eastern headquarters, so 100% of all the geospatial intelligence being done for the United States of America was being managed out of that NGA West in St. Louis. I think that is the best buy for lots of reasons, and hopefully that'll be the kinds of things that'll be calculated in the next 3 or 4 weeks. That decision, at least the preliminary decision, is supposed to be announced on April 1. And hopefully that's a decision after 70 years of being the location for that in the city of St. Louis, that they'll announce that the next 70 years are also going to be in the city of St. Louis.
Senator Blunt, you've said on the show that whoever the Republican nominee is, you will support. What are your thoughts, though, as you watch these last couple of weeks? I mean, your party is in some unprecedented waters, is it not?
In a couple of ways. One is just the tone of the debate, I think, could be better, though it seemed to me that the tone of the debate on the other side got a little rough this week, too, with Senator Sanders and Secretary Clinton. But the other unprecedented thing that's going on is the numbers of people both coming to Republican events in these primary and caucus states and participating in the primaries and caucuses, much higher than we're seeing on the other side, and frankly much higher than we've ever seen before. So hopefully one of the things that happens, no matter who the nominee is, that the dynamic of people interested in supporting a Republican candidate continue through November.
Do you think there are Democrats voting for Donald Trump thinking he's the worst candidate, and so therefore a vote for Donald Trump today is a vote for Hillary in the fall?
I don't think there's much of that. There may be a little of that. There may be people on the other side voting the same way. There may be people voting in the Democratic primary thinking that either Senator Sanders or Secretary Clinton, the longer that confusion continues, the better off for Republicans. But I don't think there's much of that. I think people are out there voting, they're participating. I'm confident that the huge difference in Republicans and Democrats in this primary process is not a whole bunch of Democrats deciding they want to be part of the Republican nominating process.
Quickly, heroin abuse has been quite a topic on the campaign trail, and you know what's going on here in the state of Missouri. We are at epidemic levels. What are your thoughts as you watch this, and is there anything that the federal government can do to sort of help the problem?
Well, I think there is. And in fact, I chair the appropriating committee that appropriates money for the accounts that deal with this. And while we cut a number of programs last year, a limit zeroed out 18 programs, didn't do 23 new programs the president wanted to do, this was an area where even before the national debate had taken off like it has in the last few months, we substantially increased the amount of money that would be available to be focused on these areas. 72% of individuals in Missouri that went through our state's opioid treatment program didn't have other drugs, didn't have illicit drugs. They only had prescription drugs. Whether they'd gotten those legally initially and illegally eventually, I don't know. But it's a huge problem. The other thing that I've been working on that I think can help on this is our excellence in mental health effort, where whether it's other behavioral health or a drug abuse problem, people have to have somewhere to go, and treating mental health like all other health, treating behavioral health like all other health is really significant. Hopefully, Missouri will be one of the pilot states. We've got 24 states that want to be in that program that will treat mental health like all other health. And what they'll all find is, frankly, you're going to save money in almost every case, because once people are taking their medicine, seeing their doctor, eating better, sleeping better, feeling better about themselves, whatever other health issue they have, hypertension or diabetes or whatever, is so much more easily dealt with that you actually save money. In this case, you save money by doing the right thing. But certainly the police departments of America and the emergency rooms have become the de facto mental health and the de facto group that has to almost always deal with these opioid abuse problems. We can do better, and hopefully we will.
Senator Blunt, always a pleasure. Thanks for checking in. Be safe on the campaign trail, and we'll talk to you soon.
Great to be with both of you. See you soon.
You got it. Roy Blunt with us, 7:25.